Okay, so let's go through the rest of the debrief. So there's 10 driving faults. This is your second mock test, isn't it? We did the first mock test yesterday, second mock test now. Yesterday, what was the score?
I think it was 2 serious, 2 dangerous, and well, I have it here.
I remember it. Don't worry, I remember it.
Another 10, I believe.
It was. I think it was 12 driving faults, 4 serious faults, and 2 dangerous faults yesterday. Today, different route. We've got 10 driving faults, no serious. There's 2 of these driving faults that I think could have been potentials for a serious fault, right?
Which are?
So we'll start with those, right? Now, I've marked you down for response to signs and signals. Basically, response to traffic lights.
Okay. As in, I think I know which junction. Is it that one I went a bit slow and turned right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what should you have done?
Should have gone faster.
Why?
Because it was green for me. Yeah.
The fact
Plus,
that
there was someone behind me and I was obstructing the traffic.
No, when we, I think we affected the road users. Very borderline there.
Okay.
So, I think what it is when you've been sat waiting, you've not thought, right, these are traffic lights. When it says green, it means go. You'd still have a look, but you'd do it as you're going, because the percentage of something being there is much, much less.
Okay.
So you wouldn't say, oh, it's green, so it must be clear. No, that's silly.
You still have to.
You just have a quick look. Well, so right, left, done.
Okay.
So it could be a cyclist trickling through, or it could be a
whatever
police car coming through, or
ambulance, yeah,
whatever, things like that. It could be a pedestrian, yeah. So borderline. I did hear a horn. I don't know if it's for us, and it sounded like way back in the distance.
Okay.
Any slower, fine. Yeah. So as long as you know that. So what are you going to do differently in future?
As I stop
in that scenario,
just pay more attention to traffic lights. Well,
it's a common one there, you know. I get that a lot with learners there for some reason. I don't know if it's because when you move off initially you can't see around the bend, but the trick is you look as you're going.
Okay.
The other we're coming to the end of Huntley Avenue. We've done all the U-turn. We've done the parallel park. We've turned left and we've gone back round in the loop and we've come back to the end of Huntley Avenue to turn right. As we've approached the junction, did you notice anything?
After the parallel parking?
Yeah, we've come back.
Yeah, we come back.
We've looped back round. And we've gone back at, you know, the junction we turned in to do the parallel park on that road. We've come in, approaching that to turn out from now. Did you notice anything as you approached that junction?
To be honest, I don't remember that bit. What happened?
Basically, there's about this much gap
between
the
mirrors.
mirrors.
The car that was parked basically on my left hand side. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It was very, very close.
Okay.
Normally in that situation, it's because people or drivers like yourself are focusing on the junction.
Honestly, I saw that car and okay, maybe it was too close for you and made me feel uncomfortable, but I saw the car and I knew it was there. I was just trying to keep. Well, I guess I should have gone slightly towards the right.
Okay. Yeah.
But I did see that car.
Okay. Well, yeah, because really, you wouldn't drive that close. If you see it, you think, well, that's why would I increase my risk?
Okay, fine.
I want to always have more room for error than I need.
Okay.
Because yeah, the other thing, the door could open.
Okay.
Could do. And it's a nice wide road there. You had loads of space. You could have just give it a bit more. Because if your attention was on the junction and you're close anyway, there is no room to just think, to spot it in time and go, oh.
I see.
Before you know it, bang, it's clipped it.
If someone opens the door. Okay.
So yeah. I've known people fail for that, as I've known people fail for response to traffic lights and stuff like that. So to me, those two there are the most serious. And within my heart of hearts today, I feel that I've marked it right and not put them as serious faults.
Okay.
Now, in terms of the test, I've known things like that being marked as serious, incredibly strict with things.
Okay.
I've also known things go that should have been picked up.
Okay.
So the way I feel today is for this one that
I appreciate the feedback.
Just okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's about it.
In terms of the most serious, let's go through the others. We've got one for clutch, and that's your approaching a roundabout. It's the end of A cut.
When I was coasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, do you know, we've discussed this yesterday, do you know what you should have done instead of getting yourself in that position?
I should have picked the the appropriate gear beforehand. I believe I was thinking about the third gear, and then I went for second gear in the end. So I didn't want to obstruct the traffic behind me, you see, so I changed my mind from third gear to second gear.
Yeah.
Which I guess in this case I should have just chosen second gear, and even though I'm obstructing traffic behind, I'm still moving, right? Would you say that's appropriate?
No, well, kind of, like, you won't obstruct traffic if you slow down via the brake first and longer and more gradual. The time you're going for the gear is way too early.
Okay.
Because, and that's why you don't feel like selecting it, probably, because your speed's too fast.
I see.
So leave that clutch up, don't touch it.
And just brake first.
You're still doing it a little bit, but not as much as yesterday. Brake first and gauge your brake and say, right, I'm going to brake for a little bit before I put the clutch down. I'm going to brake from here to that fence, therefore, or whatever it is.
Just to let them know behind me.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you'll be really comfortable with just slotting that gear in. Right. But as it is, your clutch stays down and it's a bit...
Yeah, fair enough.
The other time was approaching, so that's gears, not really engaging the gear. Those faults can be marked down as clutch and gears. I think it's normally gears when it's a coasting fault, to be honest. Could be wrong, but I think that's the case. Same again, when we're approaching the end of Acorn Way. We'll come past the 40 signs towards the end of the roundabout. I said follow the road ahead, straight on. Same again on the approach. We've gone a long time with the clutch down, and not, you know, you're going third, second, and then eventually the clutch comes up. And I think, if I remember rightly, we could have gone, had you been prepared, clutch up earlier, let's say 2-3 car lengths from the line after you've done your braking, you'd have probably just rolled straight into the roundabout and gone. So we hesitated, we didn't need to. We could have gone, and then when you went on the roundabout, when you did go, it was borderline. Now you got your foot down to make it okay, but because you got your foot down, that took your concentration. Do you know where you drove into and over? We talked about this yesterday. We don't want to pick up a puncture, do we?
Okay. So I drove too close to the curb.
There was loads of crap on the left on the floor, and we just drove straight through it.
Okay.
Because I think you were looking somewhere else. It was the 3rd roundabout.
Okay.
If you rewind the footage from here, from this point.
Okay.
All right. So there's a fault for planning and awareness there, not looking ahead really, and spotting, spotting that. And that was one for gears as well. So there's 5 faults discussed. Now we've got a mini roundabout in Spondon Village. So we've done a loop really, and we've come back, and to turn onto Willowcroft Road, we're turning left. It'll tell you the roads on the sat nav, so you'll be able to retrace it back. We stopped there and we didn't need to, because you weren't prepared on approach. Now remember, this is a key bit. On approach to roundabouts, you need to be in gear, clutch up. You never want to be approaching with the clutch down or still changing.
That small roundabout, the narrow street, right?
The one after that.
The one after that.
The one after that, yeah. So we turned left and went down a really steep hill.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And
that was another one actually for gears, because your clutch was down there. Your clutch should have just stayed up and was coasting down there.
Okay.
All right. So actually, there's 11 faults. Sorry.
Okay.
Forgot to put that one down. But yeah, the roundabout we stopped, we didn't need to. Could have got rear-ended. If the car behind it had been more inconvenienced, it could have been a serious fault, because they just don't expect you to stop when it's clear.
Okay.
Our right is kind of in front of us, so it's the visibility is like excellent. There is no right, it's in front. So does that make sense?
It does.
So what are you going to do differently on approach to roundabouts?
I'm gonna basically use my brake pedal. In time, essentially, and slow down in time, and then as I approach, I would say a distance up to maybe the lamppost, I would start thinking about which gear is appropriate to me, third or second. Sure, that's correct?
Yeah. Based on the speed that you think you're going to achieve by the end of it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking at what's on the roundabout and coming from background.
That mini roundabout that I'm talking about,
okay,
I marked that for undue hesitation, and the reason that it goes into that box is because you wasn't prepared to go. You was clutch was down. You wasn't even in a gear really. You were sort of, again, your mind's in between. It all needs to be done earlier, like you say. Okay. Clearance to obstructions. We've talked about that. You was really close to that car as we passed. I've got 2 for changing speed, not checking the centre mirror just before we change speed. I do believe generally though your mirror works fairly okay. I think, remember though, if you're going straight on at a roundabout, you're still signalling with your brake pedal, so it's mirrors.
Even
signal
when I'm on the
when you're
okay.
well, no, before you slow down for the approach.
Before, okay,
yeah.
fine.
So we just got 2 of those.
Okay.
One for changing direction. I think we turned left in Oakwood at a roundabout, didn't check the left mirror. So you know when we turn left at a roundabout, it's going to be on approach early on before we even come off the gas. Yeah, centre left, turning right, centre right.
Okay.
Because you are going to be changing direction, aren't you? You're going to be positioning
yeah.
potentially,
And
but
you don't want anyone coming from the left hand side. Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And that is it. So 11 faults is a pass. How do you feel?
I feel I could improve.
Yep. Do you feel it's improved from yesterday?
Well, it's not as bad as yesterday, I guess, but yeah.
It's nowhere near as bad, is it?
Well, yeah. But I'm looking forward to the next mock test.
Okay, so we're going to do another mock test in a little while, yeah? Okay, well done.